Hello and welcome to the Deep Cut Fandom Podcast. We're here today to do our mini review of Tron Ares. And as always, we're going to give you our thoughts and ideas before the movie and then after the movie. So we're waiting to see Tron Ares now in a few minutes.
Yep.
And Rob, what are your expectations for this movie?
Well, I spoke to a friend who actually watched it and he was happy with the film. And that's one thing I'll say. And I trust his opinion. So the other thing I would say is my expectations is when it comes to movies nowadays, I try to lower my expectations. That's just the truth. Because it helps me to have more fun. But I am to be critical of this film. The one thing that I'm kind of not looking forward to, and this is just me just getting the negatives out of the way, is when it came to the last film, I really enjoyed Flynn's death in that film. I felt it was a very respectful death, and I felt it pushed the story and all that stuff. Seeing him back kind of bugs me a bit, so my hope is that there's good reason as to why he's there, is all I can say. Other than that, I think it was a great move for them to move the characters to the real world, so I'm curious to see how they're going to apply that as a story, because it gives me those alien invasion vibes, and that's the thing that really got me excited.
Yeah, I don't know. Just in regards to the whole Flynn thing, I mean, it could be Clue.
Right.
It could be Clue, which is his avatar in cyberspace, I guess. I was about to call it the Matrix.
The grid.
The grid, yes, thank you, on the grid. You know what? I'm going to try and keep an open mind about this film. I'm having high hopes for it, but with very little promotion in regards to this movie. And unfortunately, I've stumbled across a few spoiler-free reviews, which were unfortunately not favorable. But I do enjoy this franchise, so hopefully hopefully it'll be good. And much like you, Rob, was intrigued as to how people and programs from the grid are going to end up in the real world. And correct me if I'm wrong, wasn't Jared Leto a character also in Legacy?
Not to my knowledge.
Maybe I'm just gonna, oh, you know what? I think I'm thinking of Blade Runner.
Yes.
The 2041 or 49? I don't know.
Yeah, well, now knowing nowadays everything's amalgamated, so it could be.
You never know. That's right. Well, I mean, there's a whole other rabbit hole on that with Blade Runner, but that's not what this is about today.
That's a tangent. We'll put it over here.
The only other tangent is that I think it's interesting that there's very little hype on this movie, and yet Hasbro promotes their HasLab. I was going to say Kickstarter. They're doing a HasLab for the first Tron film.
The toys.
So that looks interesting, but I'm going to leave that discussion for our review, which will most likely get out before this review. We'll figure it out. Either way.
If push comes to shove, we'll put a link down below.
Yeah, definitely will. Anyway, on that note, I think, any final thoughts?
That's about it.
That's about it? Yeah, okay, let's hope this is good, and we'll see you after the movie.
Oh, by the way, before anything, I just want to point this out. This is a great location that Victor chose, because it kind of gives that Tron vibe going.
Yeah, that's why we all look kind of purplish.
Yeah.
And then there's like a huge screen on front of the pillar, like to my left on the screen. So either way, see you after the film.
Not every great movie or great arcade game makes a great home video game. That's why when Mattel Electronics turned Tron into Tron Home Video Games, we made sure the excitement of Tron gameplay found its way into your home. You'll know it the moment you square off against a recognizer, if you last that long. 4 great Tron games, 2 for Intellivision, 2 for Atari 2600. From Mattel Electronics, games as good as we say they are, maybe better.
You can enter the Tron universe and get ready to face off in an epic battle with light-up Tron figures that activate the vehicle lights when plugged in. Watch Sam and Clue as they speed and swerve in a life-or-death race with real lights and sounds. While Kevin and Cora take off in the Light Runner, Sam is in a race to the end. Will he make it? The race is on with Disney's Tron Legacy light-up figures and vehicles. Available now, each sold separately from Spin Master.
What's going on, guys?
Welcome back to the Deep Cut Fandom podcast review of Tron Ares.
Yep.
We just finished watching the movie, and I thought it was pretty good. I'm not gonna, but Rob, what did you think?
Okay, so here, I wrote some notes down just to collect my thoughts. And ultimately, regardless of what I say, I really did enjoy the film.
Right.
But I just, whenever it comes to these discussions, I usually like to get the negatives out of the way first.
Sure.
So and again, these are not spoilers, but this is just stuff that you need to be aware of if you were to watch this film. Just keep this in mind. Like, one of my biggest negatives about the film is that there's just certain things, the premise of the story, there's just this concept of, okay, give me a second. Let me just start off with this. The whole story, in a nutshell, and it's up to you, you're cool with this, is that there's two stories happening at the same time. One story is a war between two companies. Encom, I think is the name of one of the companies, which is the good guy company, let's call it that. And the bad guy company is Dillinger. And these two companies are warring between who's going to make the first 3D printer.
Well,
I mean, I'm joking by that, but it's the most advanced 3D printer ever made. That's the whole story. These two companies fighting to see who's going to make the first one. The second story is a story about this AI trying to explore what it means to be human.
right.
So that was the thing I did enjoy. Now, the only negatives I have with this is that they usually have this concept of this is like my own personal pet peeve, which is how do you explore time in a movie? Because the whole premise is that these AI programs, whenever they're presented into the real world, they only last no longer than 29 minutes.
Right.
And the way they presented that in the story doesn't really feel like it's 29 minutes. It felt more like an hour, in my opinion, on how these characters are lasted in the real world. So personally, that bugged me, but because I just don't see all of these Tron characters doing all these things in a pocket of 29 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that is an issue that I had with it.
Yeah, and it
because it's like
raised questions. Sorry.
yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's like, okay, we're gonna get into the real world, and they're gonna make it into the city in like 20 minutes or so. I don't know, the timing is kind of weird.
Yes, and there was certain scenes where they say, "I gotta set this up. You only have 3 minutes," and I'm like, "There's no way you can set that thing up in 3 minutes, 3 to 2 minutes." And then they had this deep, long conversation within all this happening. So again, if that doesn't bother you, or you're willing to overlook it, it's the best way to describe it.
Well, yeah,
I mean, enjoy it for that.
There was a lot of suspension of disbelief for me to really enjoy this movie, and I truly did enjoy this movie because going adding to what you said, there are shades of Blade Runner and all the androids, wanting to live that are in this movie.
Yeah, exploring what it means to be alive.
Right. And then I'm kind of glad they addressed one issue that I had with Legacy, which was the ending of Legacy. Because if you think about it, the whole idea is, and this is going to be spoilers, but the concept of permanency in the real world, is the reason why Korra and Legacy exists. But the thing is, it was never answered in that movie. So I'm glad they addressed that. And then there was really cool callbacks to the Stinger scene, which I will not disclose in this review because I don't. Just go see it if you really want to find out. But it's a really cool thing that happens at the end.
Yes.
In the last Stinger scene, everything was super. I love the music in it, dude. I don't know about you, but
I agree.
The music was very atmospheric, and it was obviously it was typical for Trent Reznor of Nine Inch Nails. So if you like Nine Inch Nails, you're gonna love the music here.
Right.
And to say typical of him is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just, he's an artist. He's a musical artist, so that he has a sort of tone and theme to his music, and it works in this.
Yes.
So it's really good. And the funny thing is, I was trying to think, like, as I was watching this movie, it's like, well, which one had the better soundtrack, Legacy or Ares? And honestly, they're two different genres of music, and they both have great soundtracks.
And it really fits the theme of the film.
Yeah, totally.
So anyways, that was my big pet peeve. The other one I have, it's a very minor one, but it's just, again, this is just me being how much I enjoy storytelling.
Yeah.
Is I feel the first half of the film, I wish they presented more story beats that led up to the second act, because like one of my biggest pet peeves is Ares. The whole story is on Ares, and I felt like his personality shifted a little too much for me in the second act, because again, this is a minor spoiler, but it's just the whole concept is that him trying to explore him being his own humanity, and I felt in the beginning what the story beats was that he was trying to figure it out, but then all of a sudden when it came to the second or third act, his personality, like I just felt his personality was just too human.
Like it was almost like a 360 sort of thing.
Yes, exactly.
So I actually do have an answer for you on that,
okay.
And it really sucks because from what I understand, Cameron Monaghan, the program that got left behind,
yes.
Oh well, he got his leg injured.
Yes.
There was way more to his character and his interactions with Ares, which got cut from the movie. And I'm pretty sure those scenes probably would have added more depth to the whole change to Ares and like his, because he's an AI also. So and I've been reading a lot about AI, and like AI at this point in time, as of this recording, is really learning how to be its own, for lack of a better term, person. And they're actually learning how to lie now.
Right. That's a good point, but then
it's a little off topic, yeah.
But you're kind of doing the thing that's a bit of a pet peeve for me when it comes to storytelling, is that you're asking me to do homework.
I know. I'm not asking you. I'm just saying, like.
I'm not saying you are.
Okay.
I'm just saying that.
I see what you're saying. Like in general,
in general,
yeah.
the movie's expecting me to do homework.
Yeah, I mean, this is totally off topic also,
Right.
but Evangelion's the same way to me. That's why I think it's overrated.
Yes.
Because like there's a lot of like references to the Bible and stuff, and I'm like, no, just give me a good show.
Right.
I mean, is it bad? No, I just think it's overrated.
Yes. And anyways, back to the film.
Yes, back to this film, which was very good.
Yeah, but I did, again, like, if you're willing to overlook all those issues I'm pointing out, then you're still going to enjoy it. Like, that's just the way I look at it. Like, if a movie has some bad beats, it's not going to make the movie a bad film. It's just, there's just moments where I'm going to question it. But I did enjoy everything else. Like,
yeah.
So now, just going for the things I really enjoyed, the action was amazing. But the thing that I took away from this film is that going back to the concept of experiencing the Tron world, the grid, I should say, as well as the AI trying to figure out what it means to be human, I kind of enjoyed how the humans were reacting to all the grid technology and how the AI is reacting to what it means to be human.
Yeah.
Like, for example...
In the real world.
Yes, exactly. In the real world.
Yeah.
You know, like, for example, the way Eve, the character, the human who runs NCOM,
yeah,
I kind of enjoyed how she's reacting to
being on the grid,
or like just reacting to how technology works within the grid. Like, you know, like the moment when she was grabbing the light cycle, how she was just screaming. So like, I felt that was that
was funny.
It was very relatable.
Yeah.
Like, say, what the hell's going on?
Yeah,
so,
it was like a very fish out of water moment.
Exactly. So like moments like that made me really get back into the film.
Yeah, I like the part when when they're being chased by Athena and they're like on that hovercraft, Ares and Eve, and like she kind of like puts her hand in like the digital water, you know, just to see what it was like. And then I was like, okay, yeah, she's kind of like it's like blowing her mind, you know.
Right, which is an interesting thing you brought up, because the one of the beats I really enjoyed was the concept of rain. Like they showed how Ares was reacting to rain and explaining it to one of the villains in the story,
Athena. Yeah.
And when Athena was like trying to she couldn't like wrap her brain around the concept of rain
until it hit her. Like literally, she got hit with rain.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I felt these are the things I really enjoy when it comes to storytelling. That,
Yeah.
you know, like you leave a little bit of nuggets here and there, and it just builds up to something.
Yeah, and I have to say, like, Rain and like programs getting, like rained on, I think is a very interesting concept, because like it kind of, to me, it's like a callback to Blade Runner at the end when Roy Batty is like fighting Deckard, and like it starts to rain and he starts to shut down. And like,
Yes.
I don't know if you heard it, but at one point when they were de-rezzing and it was raining, I was like tears in the rain.
Yeah, I get it.
So-
But yeah, like I said, it's just like we're talking about that. It's a good film.
Yeah, it is.
So, regardless of what, like I said, the negatives, like I always say when it comes to films, if there are negatives, it doesn't make the film bad. It's just if there's too many negatives, that's
Then
when
it's
I
a
start
bad
the
film. Yeah.
The only two negatives I'm bringing up is, like the concept of time, which has always been a pet peeve of mine with every film I've watched.
Yeah.
And like the thing we just discussed, that
That 360 turn for Ares?
Ares'
Yeah.
personality just shifted dramatically.
Yeah, and it
there were nuggets of showing his humanity.
Absolutely.
To make him a more compassionate character.
Yeah.
I just wanted more.
Yeah, I mean, they all do. Androids, the programs, they want more
Right.
life.
Pretty much.
No, but yeah, like I said, this is a really good film. It's very cyberpunk, if you ask me, and like there's lots of shades of Blade Runner.
Right.
And I'm forgetting what else. Maybe just mostly Blade Runner.
Right.
Because it's a movie I've seen many, many times.
Yeah. And just to follow up to another pet peeve I had with the film on the concept of Flynn coming back.
Mm-hmm.
First and foremost, I wish the marketing team didn't show that part in the trailers, because I felt if they didn't show that, I think I would have get more of a reaction.
See, this is why I try to stick to like the first trailer and that's it, because a lot of times story points get spoiled. Like the part,
Yes.
like in the first trailer when we see Eve running away from the recognizer, I was like, why is she running away from a recognizer? Like as soon as I saw that trailer, I instantly knew she was important to the story. How? I don't know.
Yes.
But then again, that's the beauty of only watching one trailer, the first trailer, and then going to see the movie.
Right.
You get like these little surprises of like what's going on in the story.
Yes.
So you're not just sitting there, but like, okay, yeah, this is when this happens, this is when that happens. Because I've done that with movies.
Right.
And when I don't watch like more than one trailer, when I do watch more than one trailer, like it just gets all spoiled. Watch one, I'm surprised, and it's a good
Yes.
movie. Generally, usually, sometimes no, I don't. Yeah, I generally try not to watch bad movies.
So, having said all that, I was cool with how Flynn was presented in this film.
Yeah,
I'll leave it at that.
yeah. He was very well presented. It seemed to me like he got a bit of an upgrade since Legacy in terms of how he looks.
Yes.
But nevertheless, it's always great to see him on film.
Right.
Um,
So
Yeah.
ultimately, I enjoyed it. I hope this film's successful enough to do another one, because they left stingers.
yeah, that stinger is
Stinger, yeah.
really, really cool. Like, it's kind of a cliffhanger, but kind of not.
Well, it does. It has nothing to do with the story as a whole.
Yeah, exactly.
It just leaves enough to
Make
question.
make a sequel.
speculate.
Yeah, speculate and possibly have a sequel.
Yes.
Yeah. So I guess. Any other thoughts, Rob?
Well.
All right.
pretty
So
much.
then on.
Go see the film.
Yeah, go see the film. On scale from 1 to 10, what do you give it?
I give it a 7.
A 7. Interesting. Okay.
Well, for the story beats I've explained.
Right,
to you,
right, yeah, it just dawned on
they're
me.
huge pet peeves of mine. Like
Fair enough.
And like again, like there's just little nuggets. I can go into detail, but I feel I've just pretty much presented my thoughts.
Yeah.
Clear enough. It's just 7 is kind of fair.
No, yeah, I totally get it. I personally I give it an 8, but I tend to suspend disbelief way more than other people, and that's just me. So that's no shade being thrown at anyone else.
Right.
In general, it was a really good film, a lot of good action, decent story, great music. I might even bump it up to like a 0.5 for the music.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall it's a solid film, right? Fair enough to say.
Yeah, solid film.
Solid film. So yeah, I guess we would recommend this, right?
Right.
All right. So that's been our review of Tron Ares. We hope you enjoyed this, and if you did, please hit the like button. Remember to share, like, and subscribe. And thanks for watching. Bye.